In the heart of a tranquil, picturesque town, nestled deep within the embrace of a dense, ancient forest, an eerie unease had settled. Residents whispered of strange occurrences, odd shadows that elongated like eerie specters, and chilling winds that whispered secrets in the night. Yet, they dismissed these unsettling incidents as mere tricks of imagination. The town, after all, had been a haven of tranquility for generations. On a moonless night, under a blanket of velvety darkness, Emily Travers, a young, curious woman, embarked on a journey to unravel the mysteries that cloaked her beloved town. Armed with a vintage, crackling lantern that emitted a feeble, flickering light, she wandered through the winding, cobblestone streets. Her footfalls echoed eerily, as if the very ground beneath her was conspiring with the shadows. As Emily ventured further into the heart of the forest, a disconcerting fog wrapped around her, thickening with each step. Trees, gnarled and twisted, reached out like skeletal fingers, their branches rustling with a mournful sigh. Her pulse quickened, the rhythm of her heart beating in a frantic, desperate symphony. Deeper into the woods, she stumbled upon a decrepit, dilapidated cabin, its time-worn wood groaning as though in agony. She approached cautiously, her footsteps cautious and slow. The door creaked open with a torturous, prolonged squeal, revealing an interior bathed in a pale, ghastly light. Dust danced lazily in the air, creating an eerie spectacle. Within the cabin, Emily's lantern cast long, wavering shadows on the walls, revealing faded portraits of a family, people whose eyes seemed to follow her with a disconcerting intensity. She couldn't help but notice the hollow, elongated gaze of the figures in the paintings, their unnaturally elongated eyes locked onto her. Emily's breaths grew labored, each inhalation echoing with an unsettling resonance. Her curiosity, however, propelled her further into the cabin, deeper into the web of mysteries it held. In the dim light, she discovered an old journal, its pages brittle and yellowed with age. As she leafed through its entries, she uncovered a harrowing tale of a family once living in the very cabin, long since forgotten by time. A family that had practiced dark rituals, summoning forces beyond comprehension to satiate their insatiable thirst for power and immortality. It was then, in the eerie stillness of the cabin, that Emily heard the distant, haunting sound of a music box, a tune played with an unnatural, dissonant melody. She followed the haunting notes, which grew louder and more disconcerting with each step, leading her to a hidden chamber beneath the cabin's floor. In the chamber, she found a grotesque sight, humanoid figures, twisted and contorted, suspended from the ceiling. Their limbs stretched unnaturally, forming grotesque, elongated shapes. Emily's heart raced as she realized the truth: they were the cursed remnants of the family's dark rituals. With trembling hands, she reached for a tattered diary on a nearby table, its pages filled with the agonized confessions of a soul consumed by the malevolent forces they had unleashed. The diary spoke of a curse that bound the family to the cabin, their bodies stretched and contorted for eternity. As Emily read the final, chilling entry, the very air in the chamber seemed to thicken. She heard a sinister whisper in the shadows, a voice that echoed with torment. The cursed figures began to stir, their elongated limbs twitching with a grotesque, unnatural grace. Panicking, Emily fled the chamber and raced out of the cabin, but the sinister music box melody continued to play in her ears, growing louder and more discordant. As she emerged from the cabin, the once silent forest erupted in a cacophony of eerie sounds, whispers, moans, and the sinister laughter of entities beyond comprehension. Desperate to escape, Emily ran blindly through the forest, her lantern now casting frantic, erratic shadows. The very trees seemed to reach for her, their branches elongated and claw-like. Her breath came in ragged gasps as she tripped and stumbled through the labyrinthine woods. Finally, she burst through the dense forest and into the outskirts of town. Her wild, terrified eyes met those of the townsfolk, who gazed upon her with a mixture of fear and pity. Without a word, they ushered her into a waiting ambulance. At the hospital, Emily's mind was a maelstrom of horror, the words of the cursed diary and the haunting music box melody echoing relentlessly in her ears. The doctors tried in vain to soothe her, but her sanity had been forever shattered by the horrors she had witnessed. In the end, Emily became a permanent resident of the hospital, her body racked with an unrelenting, convulsive agony. She would forever be haunted by the elongated shadows and the chilling secrets of the quiet town, trapped in a nightmare from which there was no escape, a prisoner of the horrors that lurked in the shadows, hidden from the eyes of those who dared to seek the truth.